Hello, everyone. Excuse me. It's William here from Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let me make sure my computer's turned down. There we go. Caught that just in time. How are y'all doing? Hello, Leslie. I see you're here. Thank you for joining us. Let me turn on also the comments in the stream here. Hello, hello. Let's see. How's everything going, everybody? How are you doing? Um, Let me make sure. Okay, comments are good. Everything's good. Hello. Wow. Um, it's always, I feel like I'm because this is kind of most days, this is kind of what leads into the very end of my day, right? This is one of the last things. Ooh, that's really squeaky. This is one of the last things I do. Uh, Before kind of like I have to tally up everything from these and pack stuff up, but this is like the last thing on my day. And I always feel like I'm discombobulated when I sit down to do this. Like I'm heading into the end part of my day, and it's so strange sometimes. Um, so it's been a whirlwind up until to up until this moment today. Um, it's been so cold. I don't know what happened to our nice weather. I don't know why it happened, but it was suddenly very cold today. I had a hard time even wanting to wake up. Um, I looked at the weather forecast. The weather forecast is so like, I don't remember. I'm like, are they doing things differently now? Like, I, so it said it was going to be 60 today. Do you know when it was 60? At midnight. Midnight, just after midnight, supposedly it was still 60 degrees. And then it just got colder all day. So when I looked at the weather forecast and it said the high was going to be 60 today, I was like, oh, it's going to be a pleasant day. That's so nice. The high through most of today was about 35. That is not like that. I feel like I feel like they should not be able to tell me the high is 60 when the most of the day, like I need to know what's the average gonna, like I need a weather forecast that's gonna tell me what is the average today is going to be so that I know, or like what is the day during daylight hours? What is that temperature gonna be? Like what's the high gonna be while it's light outside? That's kind of what I want to know. Like, do I need to know that the high is gonna be 60 when that is like at like 12:15 in the morning? I'm up at that time, generally not outside though. Uh, so so I thought I was gonna get up and it's gonna be nice and warm today. It's gonna be in the 60s. I was gonna go running. I was going to um, get up early, get my things done, go running in the afternoon, and get everything together. It it was not. It was not. That was not my day. It was cold from the moment I got up. Oh, Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Leslie said, can't wait for this week to be over. I'm not having a bad week. I'm sorry you are, but just today, I had different plans for today. Leslie said it was 60 at 7 this morning, the temps started to decrease rapidly. I looked at our weather forecast. It said 60 at because I looked back and it said it was 60 just at midnight, and then it just like plummeted, and then it's been like 30 something all day. So I do not believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I did not get up at 7, but over here on this side of the state, I don't think it was 60 degrees anytime today when it was light. Um, yeah, it's been cold. It was really cold. I had to, we ran out of pellets for the pellet stove because I kept looking at the temperatures and I was like, oh, it keeps saying it's going to be in the 60s, going to be in the 60s, 70s, 50s. Um, It'll be fine. So I didn't go and get more pellets. Um, and now it's calling for some highs in the 30s coming next week. Like that's going to be the high. Um, So that's not good. I gotta run out and get some more pellets, is what that's sounding like to keep the cottage warm. I turned up the heat today, and it was in the using the split system, which I usually don't like to do because it runs all on electric and the electric bill goes up. But it was cold because I didn't realize it was going to be so cold today. So I was over at the cottage working, and I cranked up the heat for a while, just for a little bit while I was there. But I was still working with this. I have this sweater. I have this sweater. I have this t-shirt, and then I had a coat on, my puffer coat on top. And that was keeping me warmish. Um, I had my underdesk heater on. I had the main heaters on. Um, it was cold today. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Uh, let's see. Norma says, William, you are obviously outraged at being cheated. I was. I felt very cheated. I was, I had this plan. I was going to get up earlier because it's going to be warm. It was going to be exciting. I was going to go out with the cats and I was going to do my work. Um, and then I was going to go running. None of it happened. None of it happened. Um, so that was my day. I got up late because I slept so poorly yesterday. I went to bed and I couldn't sleep, and I took some vitamins before bed. I have to learn not to take too much before bed. Um, but I took some things that I've taken before and they don't seem to affect me too much. But apparently last night, or maybe it's just because it was getting cold. We didn't have the bedroom heater on, and I didn't think I was going to need it because it was going to be 60. And when I looked outside back then, because it was like 1, 2 in the morning, well, no, it was actually probably 2 or 3 in the morning when I went to bed, it was still warm. I'm like, it's not going to get too cold tonight. It did. It dropped pretty quickly. Um, and so I was cold last night. I didn't sleep well. I took vitamins that apparently affected my sleep. Um, Gertie, Gertie and Ida Bell slept with me a little bit. I think Gertie started in with me. Um, and Gilbert was going to come in, but sometimes they fight, so I didn't let Gilbert in. I felt bad, but Gertie was already resting with me. And then at some point, Ida Bell came in too, and I had Ida Bell and Gertie sleeping with me, and they were keeping me warm, which was nice. But Gertie does not like to sleep for very long. We've talked about this, y'all. I know. Gertie woke me up on the half hour every hour. So I think she started around 5:30 in the morning, and then around 6:30 in the morning, and then around 7:30 in the morning. And at one point, she started scratching on the door because she needed to go out. So I let her out. And then she scratched on the door and banged on the door to come back in. And then all morning long, it was like that every hour. Every hour I was awake. Susie says, I couldn't sleep last night either. It was after 4 before I fell asleep. Yeah, I sat in bed for a very long time. I can't remember if it was Gertie or Ida Bell that started with me last night, but I'm thinking it might have been Ida Bell actually. Gertie might have been the night before. It was a blur. I started listening to some podcasts because I couldn't sleep. I don't know what was going on, but it was not fun. And so I didn't get much sleep last night. And so I slept in, but that didn't really work either because Gertie continued throughout the entire morning trying to wake me up. And at one point, I finally let her back in the bedroom too. And then she started like licking my hand and licking my nose. And it's really cute. She's tiny and adorable. But even I have my limits when I've been woken up like every hour for the last like 4 hours. Um, and I'm not ready to get up because, like Susie said, it was probably after 4. I think I went to bed at around 2:30. And then I just laid around and tossed and turned and couldn't fall asleep until, yeah, it was probably after 4 o'clock. Because I listened to some podcasts and I started falling asleep to that. But then as soon as I turned that off and I was about to lay back down and I started dozing off and another cat wanted in. It's just like, I can't do this. And I don't know what to do about it. We can't let the cats come roaming in whenever they want because they jump around and they play with things and they get rambunctious. I think I gotta go back to, I don't know. I gotta build a barrier in front of the door. I need a secret door that slides across, or I need a front door that slides across our bedroom door to protect the bedroom door with some insulation behind it. I don't know. It's getting wild though. Let's see who else is here. I see some people. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Um, hello, Norma. By the way, I can't remember if I said um, hello. Um, let's see here. Um, Norma says, yeah, they need an afternoon high listing. I know, right? We should not be seeing high and low from whatever the very highest in the day is, because that makes no sense. If the highest part of the day was at night, the night before, that's not what I care about. That's not what I'm looking at when I'm going to get dressed for the day. Um, I need, like, what is the high gonna be during daylight hours? Like, come on now. And I don't know why. I guess it's always been done this way, right? The high is always whatever the highest is at any part of the day. But I don't remember this being a problem. I don't remember. I don't know why. But like a few years ago, I don't feel like that was a thing. Um, but I guess it was. Um, Anne says, I've gotten fooled by that high temp only at midnight before. I was outraged, LOL. Now I always run the hour by hour to see the truth. Yeah, I need to start doing that because I just look at my phone and my phone quickly or my watch, and it quickly tells me high and low today. And I'm like, okay, I'll get ready for this. And then I open the door and then I go back and get redressed. Yeah. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining in. Um, yeah, so that was my day. Terrible night's sleep, um, and then a freezing cold day. Okay, so it was 35 today. The real feel was 25 all day. So it felt. I was like, this is not in the 30s. And then I looked at the real feel and they're like, well, here's why, because it feels like 25 degrees out. So it was cold today. I could not get warm. I'm under a blanket right now with three shirts on, two sweaters and a shirt on. And yeah, so that's my day, y'all. But I did get things done. I scheduled all of the creative make-alongs for the year. So for those of you who love our creative make-alongs, I put up a blog post and you can now, they are all on the next to last Friday of every month. The next to last Friday of every month. Please remember, that does not mean on the third Friday of every month. Some people put that in their calendars because it's easy. You mark your calendar, repeating event. It's not how it works. I wish it were, but it's not how it works. It's the next to last. Sometimes there are like 5 Fridays in a month, and that throws everything off. So the creative make-alongs next to last Friday of every month from 7:30 till 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. They take the place of the live on that Friday. So we will not have a live on those Fridays unless we do something in the afternoon. But it will be 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, whatever time zone we're in, daylight saving or regular time. So that's that. They are all scheduled. If you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, William, go to our blog. I have a blog post at allegorygallery.com that talks about what our creative make-alongs are. It gives you the link on Zoom to the creative make-along because they are on Zoom. And it gives you the dates listed out down the page so that you can go through and be like, I don't know what he's talking about next to last Friday. I don't need to know. Just give me the dates. They're on the blog. So go to allegorygallery.com. It is the most recent blog post right now. That will obviously change, but for now it is. and you can put those in your calendar so that if you would love to join us to make things with us, you can do that. Um, so those are the creative make along. Sue says we are to have very strong winds tomorrow. Of course we are. I'm going to Johnstown, right? Why wouldn't we have strong winds when I'm going over the mountain? Anyway, thanks for letting me know, Susie. I'll keep an eye on things. I always worry about trees down and things like that when I'm driving over the mountain. So of course it would be that way. Of course it's going to happen. Um, and of course I'm not at the cottage to keep an eye on things when we have strong winds. It seems like ever. So just makes sense. Just makes sense. Kimberly says they are so much fun. Highly recommend. We walked. Uh, we we talked about the next one, maybe about bring your own ice cream and make along. Yeah, we might have a pajama party, ice cream and pajama party make along in here in March. So I think it's March 20th. Am I right? Let me pull up my calendar. It is not tomorrow, but the Friday after. All right, not tomorrow, but the Friday after is the next creative make along. So next Friday, but not tomorrow. All right. Um, and so that will be the creative make along for March. Let's have a pajama party and ice cream party. How about that? Pajama ice cream party for the creative make along. Um, all it is we get on Zoom, we hang out with each other, and we finish those, works in progress or, start a new project. It's just to give you time to work on stuff together. Um, so you can start something, you can finish something, you can continue something, you can organize something, you can just come and chat. You don't have to do anything but eat ice cream with us this week or next week if you want to. Whatever you want to do. It's just to get along so we can see each other kind of face to face. Instead of you just seeing my face all the time, we can see each other's faces and talk with each other and hang out. Um, we sometimes get more people than others. It all depends. It is starting to build up a little bit. We would love to welcome more people to it. The more people that come, the more fun it is, I think, because we get to talk about random different things. And boy, do we get random. If you think we get random here, we also get random there. So you never know what's going to pop up. So join us. And then the next Zoom meeting after that is going to be on April 10th. And that's going to be our Inspired by Reading book club. So we are reading The Glassmaker by Tracy Chevalier. Excuse me. Do I have another one? I thought I had another one coming. No. So The Glassmaker by Tracy Chevalier, Inspired by Reading book club. If you haven't joined our group on Facebook, please join our book club group there on Facebook. And that will help grow that group a little bit. We'll keep you all in touch that way as well. And yeah, we will be talking about that on April 10th. Okay. Um, Heck yeah, I'm here for it, says Kimberly. This is so much fun. Looking forward to it. So I'll have to make sure to go to Baskin Robbins for some ice cream. Nice. Kimberly says, bless you. Thank you. Norma says, I'll have to miss the March and probably April make-alongs because Outlander's back for the final season. So Friday night watch party with friends. I don't know why they have to show it on Fridays. I know. Oh, Norma. Norma. That's gonna be sad. You're gonna miss it, but you're gonna have fun with your watch party. Um, so do you all get together and have a watch party together, like physically together, or do you watch at the same time but do it kind of online? What do you do? How do you do that? Is it like a like a COVID time watch party where you just start it at the same time and watch it together, like online, or do you actually go and get together at people's house? I think you said you get together, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. Hey, Ruby. Thank you. Says bless you. Thank you for being here. Glad you could make it. Um, Let's see. Susie says I have to go to Johnstown too to get my port flushed. Oh boy. See, be careful over the mountain. Be very careful. Um, yeah, so my day, what I do today, I went to my pottery yesterday and I got back my pendants. So I have pendants to show you all, and I'm going to put them up for sale here first. So if you're interested in any of my pendants, keep watching because I'm going to have them for sale here tonight, and then uh, they will go into the online store for tomorrow. Maybe, probably. Um, so I'm going to start them here tonight. Give you all the chance to grab them first if you'd like to, because some of you have said you would like to. Maybe. And then if you all don't grab anything or whatever isn't grabbed, I will put into the online store for tomorrow. And then also we will be doing Andrew's art drop tomorrow. So Andrew's art drop will happen at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That's in the online store. I will turn those on just before we start the live here at 7:30 tomorrow. So you can visit our homepage, allegorygallery.com, and his little collection, it's growing now. His collection will be up there with brand new items in the online store tomorrow. There's some good stuff, y'all. He's continually making things. So I will be getting pictures and pricing things out tomorrow. Hopefully, because that's all the time that I've got. Um, and then that'll go live at 7 p.m. tomorrow. We will then, even if things have sold, we will still take a look at everything tomorrow night starting at 7:30. If you do want to buy something, though, I don't recommend waiting until you see it on the live. Grab it, and then we'll look at it on the live. Because sometimes the drops they are sometimes a little hit or miss, but people do grab stuff sometimes pretty quickly. And I've been trying to send out emails about it, so hopefully people will see that. I'll also be sending out a text message about the drop happening tomorrow. So I'll try and remind everybody if you're on our text message list, I'll send out a quick message just before they go live so everybody knows to go take a look. Kimberly says, "Oh, I better get my emails ready." I hope you like my pendants. I am very happy with how they came out, by the way. I haven't said that yet, but I was very excited to see them, and I think they're pretty cute. Um, so hopefully people like them. Uh, Norma says, "Yes, we get together and sometimes have themed dinners." Nice. That's fun. That's really fun. So how's everybody else doing? Andrew made, what'd y'all have for dinner tonight? Last night, Andrew, I was coming home from pottery and I knew we didn't have anything to eat in the house. So I ran over to Walmart. It was the only thing open. And I grabbed some groceries and I was going to make chicken nugget wraps, which we sometimes make. But Andrew was already whipping up a homemade pizza when I got home. He had made the dough already, and he was starting to spread the dough out. So I'm like, okay, you got this. That's great. And he made some kind of mushroom topping for it. I think using some of the ramen based stuff, and it was so good. It was so good. Um, so we had that last night. So I guess we're going to be having maybe unless he's making more pizza. We're going to be having the wraps tonight, which sound really good to me too. I'm kind of hungry, and I also finally got coconut milk, so maybe he's going to make some desserts. Um, he's been getting all these different. He's got some ube flavoring and some other kind of flavorings, and he's been talking about making these Filipino desserts. So I'm here for it if he wants to do that. Um, he was resting a good part of today. He finally got some rest, I think. Like I said, it has been cold, so the bedroom was really cold. Sometimes it's good to rest in. It was too cold for me. I should have got up and turned on the heater, but who does that, right? Who decides that they're uncomfortable and actually does something about it in the middle of the night? Not me. I just suffer through. So instead of turning on the heater, I froze and used my cat heaters when I could. That's pretty much it. Um, let's see here. Kimberly says, I love the work in progress pics. I promise I won't buy them all. I will share. Haha, maybe. Hey, if people want to buy them, buy them. Um, anybody who I still have to take pictures of them because it's my first like release of these kind of pendants. So no matter what, I'm going to be taking pictures of them. But if I don't have to load them up into the online store, that's kind of nice too. That's kind of nice too. Um, I'm excited. I think I priced them well. I think I'm going to do them all at like $18 each. So, um, I think it's a good price for the pendants. I hope. Um, especially for my first little batch of them. Um, Marianne had wings and onion rings. That is like one of my favorite meals. I can't really have it much anymore because wings, you can get fake meat wings. They are not the same. I'm sorry. The wings I always like the wings the most that have the two bone ones that you pop through the middle. Like I like those. I don't like the little drumsticks that much. I like the other wings. And it is a very um you can get like the boneless fake chicken wings. It's not the same, but I do love me some onion rings. Um it's one of my favorite side dishes. Anytime we go out, I replace everything like with onion rings. It's pretty much true. Um, you want fries with no? Can I get onion rings? There's enough. That's okay. I'm splurging tonight on my onion rings. Um, so yeah, that sounds delicious. Norma says I had an Amy's cheese enchilada dinner, but I'm still hungry and thinking about what else I can eat. Those are pretty good. I haven't had an Amy's thing in a while, but I know they are good. I know they are good. Um, let's see here. It says, "Oh, Marianne, now I want onion rings." Nice. Nice. Um, Kimberly says, I have some chicken tortellini warming with some Cheddar Bay biscuits baking for a side. That's fancy. That sounds fancy. Everybody's saying it's a good, reasonable price point. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Norma says, Kimberly, I saw some kind of Cheddar Bay biscuit hot dish recipe on Facebook the other day, and it looked really good. Of course, I'll never find it again. Nope, never again. Um, let's see. Andrew says they look really good. Good, thank you. Ruby says, I'm awful about getting up in the middle. Wait, I'm awful about getting up to handle my needs in the middle of the night. Me too. Me too. I will I don't want to get up to go to the bathroom. I don't want to get up to drink any water. I don't want to get up to turn up the heat or turn down the heat. I just like suffer all night. It's so ridiculous. Because I know if I get up, my anxiety is going to attack me. That's really what it is. I know if I get up too much, if I aliven myself too much, my anxiety is going to pounce and then I'll never get back to sleep. So I like try and pull the covers up over my head and just deal with whatever it is. Um, um, Ruby says I made drumsticks in the Instapot with rice aroni. Oh, that sounds good. Um, Andrew says, do we have more of that special tape for the laser pendants? What special tape? I didn't know we had a special tape, so I don't think I did. Um, Susan says, Norma, I love those Amy's enchiladas, but I agree they are not very filling. Yeah, yeah. Susan's eating a salad. Nice. I had a salad for lunch. Um, oh, that pulls off um, I think I have it only at the cottage because I usually do them there. Um, it's yeah, what is that tape? Anyway, yeah. Um, I think I only have it at the cottage. I don't think I have any here. I wish I would have known because I could have brought it or picked some up. They sell it at the dollar store. Um, that you needed it. I can get some tomorrow. Um, Kimberly says, Norma, if it ever pops up again and you remember to tag me, please tag me. So that is, yeah, that's what we had yesterday. We're gonna have, I think, wraps today, unless, like I said, unless Andrew's making more pizza or something. Um, and then I got Impossible Nuggets, and they seem to not make me break out, which is a good thing. Um, so we got Impossible Nuggets. I got some ranch dressing, and you gotta watch ranch. Ranch is, you think ranch, you don't think, oh, it's gonna have all this junk in it. Even like the good brands, so much of it. And MSG is not junk. I love some MSG, but I can't do it with my heart. I can't overdo it. And I like a lot of it on my sandwich. So, or in my wraps. So, like, even like Hidden Valley, which is, pretty nice, pretty good. It tastes good. They use MSG. Um, and then all the different kinds of um, fillers and preservatives. And so um, I get I get I had to find this one. I think it's Marzetti's, but it has to be the refrigerated one, and then it has like no artificial anything, which is really nice. So I'm gonna put lots of ranch on it. Got the cheese, got some chicken nuggets, fake chicken nuggets, and tomatoes and salsa and lettuce. And we're gonna make wraps tonight. Sounds good. Um, Andrew says, I thought you didn't like cheese, Kimberly. Oh yeah. Got that Cheddar Bay. Cheddar Bay's okay. That's in a biscuit. Everything's okay in a biscuit, right? Um, Susie said, Norma, I saw one the other day, like a chicken pot pie with cheddar biscuits as the topping. Ooh. Andrew says, you can make ranch from scratch. It's not hard. I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's not hard for you. But then I got to worry about, do the seasonings I use have preserved it? I don't know. Who knows? Leslie says, I'm so not a fan of ranch dressing. It's not, I only use ranch in our wraps. I do not use ranch on a salad. I don't use ranch in hardly anything else, but I like it in our wraps. Um, I like it in our wraps. For a salad, my favorite dressing probably is a French dressing. I like a French dressing. That's probably my go-to favorite. I also like a good Italian dressing. What's your favorite dressing? Kimberly says, yeah, adding to soup is not good, but I can handle it in a baked good. Nice. Um, Andrew says, I like ranch. I don't care. Yeah, ranch is good. I like ranch. Leslie's not a fan. Not a fan of ranch. I don't know. I don't know why. I like it. Um, Ranch chips are pretty good too, I think. But I don't use it very much other than in a wrap. I don't put ranch on. I don't use ranch as dressing really. I don't know why. Um, Norma says I don't care much for ranch. But I have a recipe for house ranch at a local restaurant here, and it is so good and easy to make, William. Oh, nice. Susan says, I don't care for ranch either. Yuck. Oh, boy. Lots of people don't like ranch. That's something. Hmm. Hmm. Susan's favorite is red wine vinaigrette. Ha. Nice. I do like a good vinaigrette. I do a balsamic vinaigrette. The when I was in France, the family I stayed with taught me to just make a quick vinaigrette with um, like olive oil, balsamic, a little bit of salt, and some mustard. They always put a little bit of mustard in there, which is really good. It's really good. So then today, what I do today, I ran some errands today, and the cats and I did not go out. It was too cold to go out. So I didn't take the cats out today, and they were mad about it, but they got over it, kind of. And I set up the creative make-alongs, so those are on Facebook. Please go to Facebook, go to Allegory Gallery on Facebook, go to the event tab, find the creative make-alongs, and say at least that you're interested in going, or say that you are going. That will help. It really helps because I have been noticing in my notifications on Facebook very often that it says, "This friend of yours is attending this event. You might like it too," or something like that. It's been doing that a lot. So please go in, check it out. Go to the events tab, say you're going to all of our events, or at least you're interested in them, and that'll help. So I did that. Um, I set up the collection for Andrew's drop tomorrow. Let people know the time and all that good stuff. Sent out an email today about that, about the drop again. I sent out one yesterday about the drop, but I sent out an email today mostly about the creative make along scheduling and also to let people know that the drop was happening again, just a refresher. If you didn't get that email, if you're not on our email list, please join that too. Go to our website. There's a link page on our website, a link page in the menu of our website, and you can get to our anything from there pretty much. So if it is the email list you want to join, you can join there, or you can um, join our text message list, or both. Join both if you want. Have at it. Sue says my feed does that too. Yeah, lately they've been really pushing the events. That's why I'm trying to make a lot of events on Facebook for things. I put the D Stash up there for an event. We had a few people joining the D Stash group, had a few people joining the Inspired by Reading group lately. So it seems like people are seeing it because I'm making events about things. So Facebook is kind of pushing that. So please help us out and go over there and say, hey, I'm going to this event. Andrew says I like a good sesame ginger soy dressing. Yeah, that's I had that salad today. It's one of those Asian salads, and it has a soy dressing, and it's so good. I love it. So I had that for lunch because I was hungry. Normally I don't get so hungry for lunch, but I was, and I was doing that while I was making the email and all that. And then I went and packed up some things and did some packages and got some things ready to ship out. And yeah, and then I came home and here I am. Here I am. So thank you all for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, let me know. But we're going to get started here with the show, the selling show, because I'm excited to show you my pendants. Like I said, hopefully you like them. Hopefully you want to grab them. Um, and I'm going to give them all lot numbers. If you'd like to claim anything, just like always, take down and it's scrolling down here too, take down the lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com, and you'll get first dibs at all my new pendants here coming up. All right, so we're going to start the show with those. Let me get my lights going. Let me flip this camera around, and then we'll get on with things. Anything else? Did I forget about talking about anything, everybody? Did I forget anything today? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me figure out. Flipping the camera. There we go. Flipping the camera. Let me move this over a little bit more. Just mainly out of the screen here. Ah, Sparkles 26. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, welcome. You're joining us just in time to get the show started here. I'm going to show off my my little my first ever of this kind um pendants, ceramic pendants that I made. So hopefully y'all like them. And if not, I'll put them in the online store to sell tomorrow. Get this going here. Okay. Um now what did I do with my here's my Sharpie. Da. So that's Gina. Hello, Gina. Gina. Okay. I learned that from Kimberly. Um, come on. What's going on here? My email. There it is. Get my email up and running. All right. Let me see. Have I ever done these lots before? Good. QWE are the lot numbers tonight. QWE. Doesn't mean anything. It's just I figured out the way I can do quick lot numbers from now on is to use the combinations on my keyboard. So QWE, QWERTY, QWERTY. You can probably guess what tomorrow's going to be. I'm going to start doing that until I run out of those. Let's see here. So my pendants are going to be $18. I think that's a good price. They may go up a little bit. I don't know if they go online. I usually charge a little bit more if I have to put them in the online store. I might do these all at an introductory price since since they're brand new, and I don't know if people are going to like them. But um, here we go. Here we go with the show. Um, Andrew says, so it does mean something. Yeah, it means it looked at the keyboard. That's what that means. Okay, let's see here. What's happening? I gotta keep these. Okay. I have to rearrange my um, windows on my computer just so I can see all the comments on there because they scroll really fast on here. Okay, QWE1. We're gonna start with this. Look how good that came out. Look how good that, I think so. Anyway, this is my little floral pendant. They are unfinished on the back. They are not glazed on the back. They're glazed on the front. So on the back, you could technically use them if you wanted to for like essential oils if you want. But I left them unglazed because my teacher said that she often does that because you can use them for essential oils, and sometimes people like that. So that's something you can do if you want to. And that one has just sold. Thank you so much. And I will give you sizes of these as well. Let me give you a size so you know. They're all generally around the same ish size. This is about 33 millimeters by 38 and a half. And then the next one, QWE2. This is one of my favorites. This is a little flower I made. QWE2. And again, that. Norma says, "Are you going to sign them?" These ones probably not because I didn't sign them on the backs to begin with, and it would be very hard to sign them now. So probably won't. But I don't know why I didn't think about that. They're hard to sign because you can deform them. And I don't have a little stamp. I should get a little signature stamp. I didn't even think about that, to be 100% honest with you, as I was making them. So it would be hard to sign them now. You couldn't carve into them now. Number 2 has sold. Thank you so much. Wow. People actually like them. QWE3 is Robot Man or Woman Robot, which is super cute, I think. Is very, very straight faced. So that is that. I didn't give you, let me give you the size of this one. This is 31 by about 40, I'm sorry, 38 and a half. Andrew says you can sign them with an oven baked pen. Do we have one of those? Maybe I'll sign them if people want. I don't know if we have one of those. I just have to remember to sign them next time, I guess. I guess the ones that I have now are probably the ones that I have getting ready. They're probably too dry to actually sign right now. Again, unless I really wet them, and I don't want to do that. Norma said these are so cute. Andrew says, of course we do. I just sold number 3. Thank you so much. QWE4. And QWE4 is going to be this. Andrew says use an underglazed pencil next time. I don't know if we have one of those at the class or not. I don't have one of those yet. This is a little heart within hearts within hearts. And this one is QWE4. It is 35 and a half by 37 and a half millimeters. QWE5. Come on. Let go. All right, there we go. Is this one? It's kind of like a flower. It's kind of like a. Andrew says, I like your heart a lot. Oh, that one's tried to sell twice. Thank you so much, everybody. Number 4 has sold out. Number 5 is this one. And this shape is generally about 32 by 38.7. QWE6. This is my fun little sun. QWE6. Marianne says, or egg and sperms. Hey, there you go. Could be. Getting biological up in here. Whatever you want to do with it, Marianne. QWE6 is the sun. QWE7 is this one. And says these are all so cute. Thank you. 6 has just sold. Thank you so much. So the only one that hasn't sold so far is 5. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. The sun is a cutie, says Marianne. Thank you. This is the one that my teacher actually said she liked. And it came out so nice and bright. This kind of dotted design. And again, these are not clear coated on the back, so they could absorb essential oils if you want to use it that way. That's QWE7. I made more of these than I realized I made. QWE8 is another little flower that I made. QWE8. QWE9. I like this little flower a lot. QWE9 is this one. I like the colors on this one, how it came out. And then QWE10 is this kind of dot dash one. I thought that was nice for kind of Easter. Kind of a pastel-y color. It's QWE10. Let me see. I think I can move these up, these over. Let me so this one has sold. Let me move the ones that have sold off of here. That one is sold. I gotta get bags. I again forgot bags. 4 and 3 have also sold. Thank you. Thank you. 5 is still available. 5 over here. 6 has sold. And 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all still available. I love these so much. So whimsy and cute. Thank you, Kimberly. QWE11. That is this one. With the swirls and the polka dots. QWE12 is this little floral one here. QWE13. I really like how this one came out. This one. And the last one, QWE14, probably my favorite, is this little creature with its tongue out. I just thought that was pretty cute. So that's that one. 12 has just sold. Thank you so much. Set that one aside. All right, so these are the ones that remain. Thank you all for grabbing them. Just sold 11. Thank you so much. So now these are the ones that remain. Thank you, everybody. That makes my heart happy that you like them. I think they came out really well. I'm really happy with them. And I hope those of you who grab some enjoy them. And I can't wait to see what you make with them. I'm very excited to see what all you do with them. Because now they're out of my hands and you get to play with them. So I will be taking pictures of these. So I'm still going to share them. So for those of you who did grab them, when you see them being shared, don't worry. And it's not like they're going back for sale, but I do want to take pictures so I can show them off, so people can see what I did. And I got to write about them for my page, of course, my William Tries Things page. If you don't follow me there, I hope you will. Now I'm trying to hold on. I left some bags across the room. I'm going to grab some bags. To put these in so I don't lose track of which branch. Ah, okay. The bright ones with the polka dots give me the 80s, 90s vibes, Saved by the Bell. Yep. Yes, they do. That's one of the reasons I did them. That's my time. That's my time. Um, that's also why I don't think I have that mug still here. But that's why I did that one mug that I did too, that has the is it here? I don't think it's here. It has all the kind of geometric patterns on it. It's a very 90s vibe. All right, let me put these away. And then we'll get on to the other beads and things in the show here. Thank you all again for grabbing them. I appreciate that. And I'll be making more. I have some that have already been started, and I will continue working on those. I'll show you. Let's see. Let me figure out how to do this again. This is give you a little sneak peek of. Let me see if I can do of what I was started working on. So these are. I thought I took more pictures than that. Let's let this upload for a second here. So these are the dishes that I started glazing and working on. So a lot of you saw the dishes that I already had all the patterns on. Here, I'll show you. I have most of them showing still here. So there are the dishes that I was working on and with the patterns, and then I started glazing them. I got all of them glazed. There are 8 of them. And those should go in, and I think I should have those back um, before the end of my next class. So I'm excited to get those back as well. So I should have those hopefully by next week to show you all. If they all come out okay, we'll see. I've been very lucky, so I'm gonna knock on wood and hope that luck continues. Kimberly says, "Love, you know what I am eyeing." Yes, I know which one you like for sure. And I had a hard time deciding what colors to do on that one, but I picked some really pretty. Um, it's like a light. Uh, it's kind of like a light purple. I think it's going to be kind of like maybe this color with a more pinky version of that. So maybe like the center of these two flowers together. I think. But we'll see. We'll see how it actually comes out because they don't always come out exactly the way you think. Okay, I'm going to put these across the top. These are the ones that are still available. If anybody would like to grab any of those. Oh, I just sold 9. Thank you so much. That's my favorite flower there. Thank you. UWE 9. So that makes me happy people like them. It's always, especially when you're doing something that's intimidating just to do in general. Like I'm not a painter. Um, so I I I I wasn't sure how these were gonna go. Kimberly says, "Oh wow, totally my colors." Yeah, I was trying to think what color do I want that. The one she's talking about um is this one. It looks like the that I did. So the way this one was made is I was playing around, like, you see some of my points go out, and then you see this smaller one on the inside there. Some of the points go in like a petal, or like a petal, and some are like a bottle cap and a petal. Well, if you do them both, you get this, which I did not realize, but this is just one of them out, one of them in, one of them out, one of them in, and that's how it came out, and it was so pretty. And I was trying to figure out what colors would go with that. Um, and I just really fell in love with this kind of pastelly pink and purple combination. So we'll see how it comes out in the end. Um, so hopefully it comes out okay. Kimberly says it is fabulous. I hope it comes out that way. I love it right now, and I love the direction I went with the colors. So um, I'm hoping it in reality matches what I have in my head. Let's say that. Okay. What do I got for y'all tonight? Let's take a look. Um, First off, this reminds me of a lily. Says it's a fabulous shape. Says Marianne. Thank you. Yeah, I was playing around with, I'm like, what do I do? What happens if I go in and out, in and out? And I did it enough times that they perfectly matched up to make that shape, which I did not expect, but it worked out so well. So thank you, everybody. This is going to be QWE 15. Wow, we're halfway through the show already. How quick was that? That's wild. That never happens. I should have focused on my pendants a little more, maybe, but that's all right. So these are the ones that'll go in the online store tomorrow if nobody grabs them before then. Thank you so much for grabbing the other ones. Marion says makes me think of an orchid. Yeah, it's definitely floral of some sort, right? Kind of reminds me of that. And then I don't think I'm probably not going to be able to find in my photo library quick enough here. Maybe. Hold on. What it actually looks like. I got to scroll back through a lot of photos of what the inside design on that one looks like. There they are. There it is. Let's see if this will work. This is so nice. This streaming service we're using, the other one could hardly ever actually download and upload my photos. This one is working every time. So there it is there in the center. You can see kind of what I did with it. I know the videos are probably pretty small, but you can kind of see there hopefully the kind of marking I made on it. So I'm hoping that all goes well. The marking shows through the glaze color. And if it does, I think that the black marking with the pastel kind of like purple kind of pink is going to work really well together. I'm hopeful. I had fun doing glazing last night. This is a sterling silver goalie mask. For those of you who do the hockey mom, soccer mom, all that kind of stuff, this is a hockey mask, goalie mask in sterling, and it's $18. There's one of these available, QWE 15. If you know any hockey moms out there that might like to wear that. Lizzie says, I really like the left one in the next to last row of the picture I just had up. The left one. Oh, the very squiggly one right here. I can't get into the picture there. Thank you. A lot of people, I don't do those squiggles as much. I don't know why, because it seems like people really like them. They sell really well. I've been trying to get away because I did more of those. But they did I think all of them sell. So I probably should keep doing them and do what works, right? But they are harder to do and they kind of make my brain hurt a little bit sometimes because you have to make sure, like, I want to make sure that the lines, um, while they're being squiggled, don't, like, you don't want too much space between them, but you don't want too little space. You want enough kind of compression and like this, but not too much. It makes my brain hurt a little bit. But people do seem to like them. Um, so maybe I'll do more of those. I did that one because I haven't done them in a while. Kimberly says they are abstract. Yeah, they are, right? More abstract. This is an artisan ceramic charm pendant as well. QWE 16. And it's a leaf. I don't know if this is Gaia or Earthenwood. I can't remember. Andrew might know if he's still watching. But I think it's one of those two. It's not stamped though. Usually they stamp their stuff, but this one was not stamped. I didn't stamp my stuff either though, so who might it be talking? But $6 on that. Oh, I didn't give you the size of this. I'm slacking. 12 millimeters by 20 millimeters. And this one is 16 and a half by 34 and a half millimeters. All right. QWE 17. These are gold-plated filigree pieces. Andrew says he can't remember either. So it's $6, y'all, because we don't remember. These gold-plated filigree pieces, connectors or charms or whatever you want to do. Marianne's going into lurking mode. Thank you, Marianne. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. And there you go. You get a bunch of those. I don't know how many are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 or 20. One may have stuck to it. So there's 19 or 20 of them here. Gold plated, QWE 17, $12 for the whole lot of them. Oh, and let me give you the size on those. They're really pretty. 13 millimeters. Really pretty. This is a really pretty strand of jasper. QWE 18. $9. These are drops. And they're really, really pretty. Beautiful colors. And they are faceted, drilled through. Like, I like that purple one there. I like this one here. I like this one right here. And these are 8 by 12 millimeters approximately. And they are about 7, it is a 7.5 inch strand. QWE 18. Ooh, I love these odd pearls. Um, All right. Can take these down to 32. I had them at 42. Take them down to 32. These are they're a coin and a little bubble pearl. I don't know what you call them. They come little bubbles on the coin. But super cool pearls, vintage freshwater. And they've got the coin part and then that little ball in the end. Very odd, but very cool. In this beautiful peachy color. It's a 16-inch strand. There are 2 of these available. And they've got a lot of like that coppery peach goodness to them and flashes of color in there too. Other colors as well. I don't see stuff like this very often, and I think they're really cool. Each these pearls are about 16 millimeters. 16 millimeters by about 13. QWE 19. Very unusual. Very cool. 2 strands of those available. All right, let's make some room. Let me put some of my other pendants away here. Five away. Look at this real quick. QWE5 still available. When I made this one, I thought of it kind of like an abstract dandelion. That's what I had in my head. Because I wanted to make kind of like a dandelion, but in in colors, not in, because in white, I don't know, that didn't feel right, but that was the kind of the idea, like that puffiness. And then this one, I love this bright yellow one, QWE7. Lots of colors to play around with in that one. And we've got the red, kind of a blue-green, pink, orange, purple, and a dark green in there. And find a bag for this. So put it in here. QWE8. This flower still available. And QWE10. This kind of 90s mode activated. QWE10, $18 on that one. QWE13. It's one of my favorite ones. I was very happy with that one. How that came out. And then the favorite creature of mine is this silly one right here. The ears and tongue. And that's 14. Okay, let's move these up. How's everybody doing? Ray gotten quiet. So quiet. I feel like I'm here by myself. How's everyone doing? What are you doing out there? Oh, everybody enjoying dinner? Oh, Whoa. Get myself resituated here. QWE 20. Feels so weird to be on 20 already. We haven't even hit 9 o'clock. My screen hasn't even changed colors yet. These were 32. I'll bring them down to 24. Cat in lap, says Ann. Nice. Gertie, did I tell you? Gertie was being so loving today. That it was like on the verge of being needy. Like she felt needy. Like she wanted to be with me all day. She was jumping on my shoulder. She was hanging out with me. She was on my keyboard. She was purring up against me. She was throwing herself down on the ground in front of me. Like it was so cute. And I was trying to do so much. And I felt bad getting a little bit annoyed about it because she was being so loving. But it was a little bit annoying. I told her that, and then I had to apologize to her because I don't want her thinking that her love is annoying. But she was she was very, very needy today. Kimberly says, yes, but now I'm ready for bed. Are you going to get to go to bed? Or are you still working? You're usually working. Are you get a break ever? These are dyed chalcedony mega chunks. Beautiful vintage strand. Those tassels need to be steamed. They've seen better days. But I love these mega chunks of the dyed chalcedony, the vintage dyed chalcedony. Nice big chunky beads, QWE 20. And you get 4 of each color. Great colors for kind of that Easter stuff, the light blues, about 17 millimeter beads. That one's 17 by about 18 and a half for that particular one. Kimberly says, I have 2 returns to balance, so I am going to bed on time tonight. Nice. What is on time for you? I don't actually know what's on time for you because you're never, ever going to bed on time. I feel like anytime we talk. What is on time? What does that mean? Anne says, Daniel's like that all the time. Half love, half food motivated. It's a lot. Yeah, Gertie is turning into that. Gertie is definitely, if I am home, see, when I get up and go right away to the cottage, I don't notice it as much because I'm not home all the time. And she's like that at night with me, but I feel like she hasn't seen me all day. But now when I'm home, she is just falling all over. And she is not very food motivated. Gertie, not very food motivated at all. She's just motivated by love, which is really dang sweet. But also, um, you know, she wants to wake me up all night long. She wants to be with me, but she wants me to come out and play with her. She wants me to do things with her. She wants to be around me, but she's not a cuddler necessarily. She lays with me, but if you try and grab her and like cuddle up with her, she squirms and moves, and she doesn't like to be confined. But she'll happily like lay on top of me. Andrew said, just brag about it. I don't know if that's called bragging, but yeah, she's a sweetie pie, but yeah, it's she was I was trying to get stuff done today and it was making me a little bit crazy. But we worked it out. I told her that and then I had to apologize because I felt bad if I hurt her feelings. QWE 21 are these tiny little amethysts. Tiny, tiny, beautiful faceted amethyst drops. It's a nice big strand of these because they're so tiny. It's about a 7-inch strand of these beautiful, high quality gem grade amethyst faceted drops. And that was a $36 strand. Got one left, so we're bringing it down to $30 strand for you all. Just beautiful. And let me try to get you a size on these. because they are tiny. They're about 4 millimeters by 3. 4 by 3 millimeters. One strand available. QWE 21. Susan says, for some reason, Smokey is ignoring me. Uh-oh, Smokey, what's going on? Kimberly says, normally by 10, but I will probably lay there because my body's used to 2 to 3 a.m. bedtime. Yeah, that's the hard part, right? That's the mega hard part. Once your body starts getting used to that. This is a pendant by Harry that we've never shown before. Harry Wood, QWE 22. This is super cool. Triangular pendant. It's drilled through the top. It's got these waves going on it. QWE. We've just sold 21. Thank you so much. This is QWE 22. I think this is an awesome pendant. Super cool. Kimberly says it might be a gummy night. What kind of gummies are you doing, Kimberly? The ones that put you to sleep, right? Yeah. I miss those gummies. QWE 22. This is a nice ceramic pendant by Harry Wood. 35 millimeters by about 34. Susan says he was on me earlier and I sneezed loudly. That was offensive to his delicate sensibilities, I guess. Oh yeah, for sure. Of course. No wonder. No wonder he's not with you. It's like moving a centimeter on the couch when they're on top of you, right? How dare you move even that much? All right, let's move this one down. When I sneeze, thankfully, I mean, maybe thankfully, our cats don't get too wild. When Andrew sneezes, they run out of the room like they're being shot at or something. It's wild. Kimberly says there's a gem show in Kansas City on Saturday that I want to go to, so I got to get some sleep. The naughty but legal in Kansas kind. Nice, nice. Yeah, I miss those. Kimberly, sometimes those gummies are the only thing that control my sciatica pain, says Susan. Yeah, they're really good for pain, for sure. For sure. I was for a while I was on the medical. It's just so expensive here to stay on that. And you got to renew it every year and it's over $100 to renew it. And then everything is so expensive and they don't do gummies here. Can't get gummies. So you can actually go and get the fake but legal gummies that are done the other way and they taste awful, but at least you don't have to have all that renewal and all that stuff for them. So it's sometimes we do that, but we haven't done that even in a while. Kimberly says they're wonderful for so many things. And I have to watch because if I do too much, my anxiety gets even worse. And that's one of the reasons I didn't stay on at all, because sometimes I would get some and my anxiety would go worse. And that's no good. But sometimes it was really nice and I did sleep really well. Andrew says that's because they're ungrateful. That's funny. That's funny. Susan says, really, that's odd, William. Which part? That they're expensive? It's because it's only medical. And so it's not recreational. And so they get to charge whatever they want. And even though it's medical, you cannot assume that the thing that you like is going to be in stock every time. Or that there's no gummies. Maybe that's what you mean. They don't want it to be anything that, could delight kids, I guess. So it's all cartridges and you can get ointments and things. But this is a house by Harry, which is a super cool pendant. I thought that was a super cool idea. Sometimes he does these houses that are just standing, like decorative, and we do have some of those to show you, not tonight, but at some point. But this is actually a pendant, and I thought that was super cute. Um, so that's QWE 23, $16, 20.5 millimeters by 33, and super lightweight on those. Both of these are very light. The house I feel like is actually not lighter. It's actually lighter than the triangle, even though it's chunkier. Yeah, they can charge, I guess, whatever, because they're, they've got the lockdown on it. I do hope they legalize everything here for recreational. Because that'll make it easier for so many people who can't afford to go through all the medical stuff. First, you have to have a doctor do it and say yes to it. And then you have to have your license and renew that every year. And then you spend a fortune on it. Like, it lasts me one cartridge lasts me a long time because I don't use it that much. Um, like I was telling someone like, "Oh yeah, this one lasts me a month." And they were like, "That would last me like literally 2 days, maybe 3." I'm like, "Well, last me a month." I can't imagine what some people have to pay for it. So, this is another one of these house pendants, which is super cool, I think, um, by Harry Wood. That's about 21.5 by 31.5 millimeters. So it says those licenses are very pricey. They're like $150 a year. It is a year, so it's not bad. It works out to be not much, but it's just the fact you have to do it. And um, Kimberly says medical isn't even legal in Kansas. We have to settle for the gross tasting deltas. Yeah, they are gross, but that's what, if we pick up anything, and we can't find. Oh, the one business here in town used to have the drinks, and the drinks were good. The drinks were very good. Because I don't drink alcohol, but I could drink those, and they would take the edge off, and it was nice. But then that business closed, and now we don't have access to the drinks. Um, at least I don't know where else I can get them. Um, this is Pewdies. It's a tube of Pewdies, in gold color, but they are very effective. Gross but effective, says Kimberly. Yes. Um, I accidentally, like, I got some of those gummies, and uh, here's what these look like. And this would be what you see when you're between beads. Um, I got some of those, and normally, um, I like take a quarter, maybe like an eighth to a quarter of like a gummy, and that hits me hard. And so ate one, and I had like an eighth of it, and then I went to a quarter of it, and I thought like all of my extremities got cold. My body went into preservation mode. Like my extremities got cold. I like all the blood was going to my core. I was shaking because I was like, it hit me so hard. And that's why I have to watch, because I can then have a panic attack, which is what part of that ended up happening, I think. And so I have to be very careful with all of that. We've just sold 25. Thank you so much. Multiple times. Just got the one. Sorry, everybody. Go east into Missouri, Kimberly, we're legal here, says Susan. Kimberly says, we have some of the drinks that have alcohol in them, but have not tried them. These were just the can of drinks. They were not alcoholic at all. And it was so nice. Because alcohol gives me a headache for one and makes me more anxious like for 2 days after I drink it. These, as long as I didn't get anxious during them, was pretty good. Um, and it would have been something like I could have, you know, if I were out with people, I could have enjoyed. Like, I keep thinking, like, someday at the cottage, we're gonna have like, we do have bonfires, but someday we're actually gonna have bonfires like with people, maybe instead of just me and Andrew, especially if we have classes and stuff. And I'm like always thinking of things like, what could I drink? And, not that I have to drink anything, right? But, you know, and those would have been really nice. This is a soft soldered piece by Andrew. Andrew used to teach soft soldering. Maybe y'all knew that, maybe you didn't. But he used to, and this is a piece that he made from soft solder and a beautiful agate. I love that. Look at that, with the light coming through it. So pretty. Was 18, dropping it down to 16 for you. QWE 26. This is 30 by 55.5 millimeters. QWE 26. See, let's do this one. QWE 27. Is this shell, agatized shell that Andrew cut, and Andrew put the hole in there for y'all. And there's one of these available. I think this is super cool. Agatized shell, and Andrew drilled those out for you all by himself. Andrew said this is a rainbow iris agate. Rainbow iris agate on that. Let's see here. And so we probably should be mindful what we talk about on our channel so it doesn't get taken down. Well, I think we'll be okay on that because, well, hopefully. But we do mark this as not for children on our channels. You can set that on YouTube. I don't know about Facebook, but on YouTube we set it that way. Andrew says you can't even get that slice of that inexpensively. So see, there you go. QWE 26. And let's see here. QWE 28. Let's do these bells. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of these in here. Come on. They're $3 each. Got 5 of them available. Andrew said that's a gastropod fossil. Gastropod fossil. And QWE 28. Are these little tie bells? And I've got 5 of them for you, $3 each. QWE 28. These are about 15 and a half by 19. I didn't measure this, did I? This is 14, well, let's say 15. 15 by 30 for the gastropod fossil. And I cut on paper. Hold a second, everybody. It just ran out just before the end. Oh. So y'all ready for Andrew's drop tomorrow? I know some people are especially ready for certain things. He's been working on some more stuff too. He was up, I think he was up a good bit of the night. I don't know when you actually came to bed. I woke up and he was in bed at one point. So I was like, oh good, he's getting some rest. Because he has not been resting much. And I was starting to get worried that he's not sleeping at all. But with such nice weather, it's been easy to stay awake. I will say that, or to do more. I'm gonna pull away 15. This is the goalie mask in sterling silver. QWE 15, $18. And let's see, let's put away QWE 16. That's the ceramic leaf. Pendant or charm? I'll say pendant. It's pretty big. $6. We've sold all 5 of those. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to put those right away. And let's move everything down a little bit and move it around. That should make us up some room to do the last 2 items tonight, y'all. Nobody got the jasper. That's really pretty jasper. Okay. Nobody got these pearls, the big pearls. Unusual. Or the chalcedony. It's down. These down. QWE 29. We've got a pair of these beautiful citrine briolets. Beautiful citrine. Got a pair of those. It's $8 for the pair. And there's just a 1 pair available. Let me show you those again. Citrine briolets. And let's see. It's about 13 by 7. This one's a little squattier. About 12 and a half by 7 and a half. Susan says, I misplaced 2 of Andrew's pendants, but after about a week, I found them. I have quite the Andrew collection, trying to decide which to use next. Nice. Nice. I know you have quite the collection. I know you do. QWE 30. Yeah, let's see. What are we going to end the night with? How about this? It's a big pendant by Harry. We'll do this at 20. It's kind of coffin-like, which is great if you're getting into the Halloween spirit of things. I think this could be really fun. Um, it's also unglazed on the back, but I think that's a cool one. And get ready for the holidays, right? It's never too early, and every day can be Halloween. But I think that's super cool. It is a big pendant. I'm gonna do it in inches because it's about 2 3/4 by 1 3/4 inches. And that's a cool pendant by Harry Wood. And one of those obviously available. That's QWE 30. Susan says, "Oh, that's very interesting, right? Isn't that cool?" I think it's super cool. I like it a lot. You're not gonna find something like that just anywhere. That's those I like the things that comes out of Harry's mind, right? He always puts together these fantastical creatures and all these different kind of shapes and things. So, um, yeah, did a few of Harry's things tonight, a few of my things tonight, a few miscellaneous things tonight. Get ready for Andrew's things tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We will drop them onto our website and you'll be able to grab them there. And then we'll take a look at them all on the live at 7:30, and then also have our normal 30 lots tomorrow night. So thank you all for joining us. We hope you have an amazing evening. Oh, we just sold 22. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you know what to do. Send us that email. All right, everybody. I'm going to go tally stuff up and get some dinner made. So thank you all so much for your support. We do appreciate it. Um, Andrew shared a post today about, um, things that have happened since I had my heart issues and his father passed and my job burned down, and how we're trying to, I talked about this a little bit. We've been trying to keep things going and just continually push things. And it feels like we're both feeling this kind of momentum that I hope is starting to happen where we can stop, paddling so much and just kind of catch a breeze and hopefully be able to chart a direction and make some more plans for things. And your support really has gotten us through and helped us through, and we're so thankful for it. And we would not still be here, I guarantee, without all of you. So we appreciate it so much, and we are thankful for every bit that you do for us. And we hope that you love the things you get from us and continue to love them. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Get some good rest. I hope everyone's able to sleep tonight. Have a great day tomorrow, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night.